Indy, and today I am here to do a tag, but first of all, let me just say I am here on my new camera that I bought, which is a Nikon Coolpix S9900 if you want to go check it out. It's got a screen on it again, so I'm so freaking excited. So I bought it with some birthday money, but now my screen is over to the right hand side, over there, instead of being directly behind my camera, so it's a little weird. It makes it a lot less time to set up because I can see what my background looks like. It's freaking fabulous. And I'm also using my new tripod that I got from my sister for my birthday, so all the fun in filming today. So today I'm here to do a tag. As I said, I was not tagged by anyone to do this. I am doing the TMI versus TID book tag. Oh yeah. This is one I found recently on Emma Books' channel, and I was like, oh hell, this sounds like an amazing tag just for me. This tag was originally created by Samantha's book, so I will link that down below, but let's get into the tag because I'm really excited to talk about two of my favorite series in the world of YA. Question 1 is favorite main character, Clary or Tessa? For this one, I am definitely gonna have to go with, oh, actually I don't know. This is a hard one. Jesus, you know it's gonna be a hard tag when I can't even answer the first one. I like both of them for certain reasons, and I'm gonna discuss it and then I'll answer. So I like Clary because she's the original with all how this all went down, the first series. She's so young when it starts, and when I read it, I was the same age. I was like 14 or 15, so I was like, yes, queen, we are the same age. Although she does have a tendency to be annoying. She's very stubborn and very, I'm gonna do this anyway even though you told me not to. Like very annoying sometimes, good old Clary, but I feel allegiance to her because she's the original. Whereas I really like Tessa because she's a little older, and I read her at the same time, being a little bit older. Well, she's not a shadow hunter. This was really a new take on this world because she was actually a shapeshifter demon thing. So I was like, oh, I don't know which one to choose. As silly as this might be, I'm gonna choose Clary for this one. I feel like because she's the original, I'm definitely gonna have to go with Clarissa. Question 2 is favorite Herondale. So Jace or Will? Another hard choice. It's difficult because they're actually related and they have very similar styles because it's like the Herondale style to be snarky, gorgeous, and tall. So it's really hard. I think that I'm gonna have to go with the original again. I'm gonna have to go with Jace, although Will is great. I didn't dislike the storyline that he thought he couldn't love anyone, but it really made him such a difficult character to get along with in the first and second books or so. Although I really liked him, but Jace has like the snark down pat. Like he is the bomb at just being funny and witty and rude and just all that. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Jace because Jace. Although in my mind he has brown hair like Will, so that's a problem. Question 3 is favorite love triangle. So we've got Clary, Jace, and Simon, or Will, Tessa, and Jem. And like, you really can't compare these two. This one wins out for sure. You know that it's a real love triangle. It's not too much with, well, it is a small love triangle with Simon, Clary, and Jace, but it's not legit. Like, you know she's gonna end up with Jace. Like, you know that it's only basically because of the incest problem in book 2. She was gonna go back to Jace, and that was only like a small time thing, but this love triangle destroys you. This love triangle actually makes me love the idea of love triangles because this was such a strong love triangle. Having the boys that were best friends and Parabata, and then, you know, new girl Tessa comes in and like sort of half breaks them apart in their struggles that they all love each other, and it's just, it hurts so much, but the ending works out in the best way possible. As both of them essentially, even though it sounds a bit wrong, like, but I was always probably a Will and Tessa person more than a Jem and Tessa, but like, oh, this love triangle is the bomb. I don't think anything can be better than this love triangle. Like, this is one of my first books with a love triangle, and it's like, it's pretty up there. So if I read another one with a love triangle, it's not gonna be the same. This is the best you can get. Question 4 is best villain, Sebastian or the Magister, and there is no comparison here. Sebastian Morgenstern is a psycho, such a good villain. I think it also stems from the fact that Valentine, his father, is the villain for the first 3 books, and then he's like following in the steps and being like the villain for the other 3, and it's just so great because he's Clary's brother, and he's just so scary and creepy, and then him and Jace have this bond because they like kind of grew up together, and it's just it's just too much. This is like, he's like the best villain. Like, he's just actually scary. The Magister was like kind of scary, but you know, he was not so scary by himself. himself. He had his automatron army that was sort of more scary than himself alone, but like Sebastian is just very scary, and the whole demon blood, he's literally got evil in his veins. He's scary. He's scary. I was scared, and the ending of his life crushed me. Question 5 is the better army. Was it the Dark Army or the Clockwork Army? This is a bit of a tough one because they both had their strengths in being quite scary. This one was kind of very Doctor Who-like, I thought, with like the Cybermen in a way. It was very scary. I found the scene where they had got Jem's blood and like they could get into the Institute because they had his blood on their hands. Freaking scary, but I can't really remember the number of times I've read this series, but I can't really remember them being so scary. Whereas this one has really stuck with me, and the concept of it is just so cool. The way that Cassandra weaved it in, that basically become evil shadow hunters. So not only do they have the skills of the shadow hunters and everything, which is really hard to fight against your own people and people you love that have been turned into evil things. Like, it's just the concept of that is just so hard to grasp. It would be hard to fight against the people you love, the people you know that have been turned. Question 6 is better first book. So we've got City of Bones or Clockwork Angel. This is a hard one. I don't really know. I feel obviously allegiance to this one because it's the first. I don't think I can pick for this one because they have their own strengths and weaknesses, as I said. This one is the original. This one is introducing the entirety of the world to you. Clary is so young, and the idea that she didn't know she was a shadow hunter is sort of a general plot line, and it's just so original in its own respect because it was the first in any sort of series that was like this, you know, a completely new world. Whereas this one, it has its own strengths because she's something else. She's not a shadow hunter, even though the concept is the same, that she's coming into this world. She doesn't know anyone. It's so cool because she's not a shadow hunter, and just the world of the 1800s London is beautiful, and the storyline between the characters is wonderful. Although I did find the boring part where she got taken by the Black Sisters a little bit, it wasn't so great. I don't know which one to pick. I'm probably gonna have to go this one. Question 7 is best female sidekick. We've got Isabel Lightwood or Cecilia Herondale. Again, one of those ones, there's no comparison. Isabel Lightwood. It's hard to compare the two because Isabel is in 6 of these books, whereas Cecilia Herondale is only in 2 of the books, and it's really hard to compare the two because we don't get too much of Cecilia. It's a difficult choice, but also not, because Isabel is the bomb. She wears amazing fashion, she is gorgeous, and she knows how to use she knows how to use her weapons really cool. I just think that Isabel is so much cooler in every way, and she's just always there. And Sizzy, of course. Number 8 is the best setting, the New York Institute or the London Institute. Again, I'm gonna have to choose this one probably. The London Institute's cool, but I don't really imagine it as much as I do with this one. This is probably due to bias of the movie and the TV show and stuff, but like, I always have found New York fascinating, and it's so exciting that I've been there now. But just the idea of it being on like a block of a street, being a decrepit looking building, and then it's just this beautiful institute, and just I just like the story of being in Brooklyn where Clary and Simon live and going into the city of New York. I just find that so much more interesting than the idea of just being in London. These are some tough questions. Question 9 is the better last book. So City of Heavenly Fire or Clockwork Angel. I think I probably enjoyed this one more. I was very excited for this one, but this one though, I'm gonna have to go with this one. I think I was probably just in the better state of being ready for it, but I was really into the series so much more than probably I was by the end of the other series. But oh, this book was just everything, I think. The storyline and the ending though, the ending, oh my god. And then how it ties in, and I was like, I can't, it's too good. And just the conclusion of the love triangle and all the things, it was just so good. And my favorite part of this book by far, I remember I had to stop myself looking at it before I read it, but it was like the family tree in the back is everything. I love it so much, so I'm gonna have to go with this one. Question 10, the best epilogue. So City of Heavenly Fire or Clockwork Princess. I'm not usually one to love epilogues. I really hate them because I hate ending off a series, and they're always like happy endings or not, but I'm bad with epilogues. They're just I hate them so much because they just wrap it all up and it's done and I can't deal. So, oh god, I don't know which one's the best. Instinct tells me this one was the better one because it was great to see Jem as he is, and you know, he meets Tessa on the bridge in 2008, whereas this one is also set in 2008. Simon doesn't remember who everyone is, And it's really sad because that ending destroyed me. I was so upset. We also see Tessa and Jem, so I was like, oh, I don't know which one to choose. I think this one was just really sad because of Simon, so I'm gonna have to go with this one because it was the whole idea of him being human again instead of being a silent brother, and it was like, it was just so exciting to see them in the future. And it was also the wrapping up of after Will has died, then she went with Jem, so I think that this was probably the better ending. Even though the other one was amazing, it just made me too sad. Alright, that is it for the TMI versus TID tag. A lot of fun. It was great discussing these series again, and I can't wait to do a new one once Lady Midnight is like a full series and like the last hours. Like, I don't know what we compare. Do we compare these two again and then Lady Midnight and the last hours? Like, how is this to compare this? But I'm really excited to do this again in the future, as I said, with other series. And I think this one was the winner, it seems. This one was the winner for me because nostalgia got to me, I think. And I can remember details a little better of this one. But that's it for the tag today. I haven't got anyone to tag as usual. If you've read both series, please let me know down below and you can go ahead. I tag you. That's about it today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Or Tessa, oh no. Herondale? The Magister? I don't know. Gonna have to read these things because I don't remember the epilogue. That's not the right button. Oh, that was awkward.